Hey, Blue Table fans, Sean here. I've got my Eldar army with some base coats on it. Got the goal of getting those ready by Valhalla, which is May 5th through 10th. There are still tickets available for that one. And I would recommend that you get out here. We got a lot of really awesome names coming out. We got Frontline Gaming, Gary from Fayette 212, Dave Lewis, the owner of Hawk War Games, is coming out with his girlfriend, Bex, and we'll be glad to see both of them. And also we have Wargamer Girl is coming out as well. So we're very excited. It's going to be an absolute blast, absolutely amazing. And so if you can drive, fly, swim, crawl, walk, somehow get out here, definitely get out here. We've got some great ticket prices for the various rooms and accommodations that we have. All right, let's talk about this Eldar Color Scheme, and I'm more than happy to hear any input people may have. Basically, there's this very dark teal color, and last time I had a park green along the edges, and it was very pronounced. It was very, very light, I did see that this color scheme done on another project, and I really liked how dark and rich it was. So naturally, I put some contrasts on there. But I thought we would take a little stroll through the Mimira book. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, check out these Spirit Seer conversions. These are based on High Elf Shadow Warriors. So it's got the Shadow Warrior torso and helmet, which is really cool. He's got like this cowl there. And it just looks so grim and foreboding. I absolutely love it. This is a Wraithguard vane, which you just put on the back of the helmet there, and it gives it that Eldar-y feel. This is a Wraithguard sword, and yeah, basically great conversion, pretty easy to do. Let's take a look at one more. So you got this guy, same thing, except for he has the things on the sides. These make great warlocks too, just plain old warlocks on foot. So yeah, you cannot go wrong with this conversion. This is just a little bit of heated and bent plasticard there for a loincloth. So, all right. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what to do. First off, I could do pale blue gems. I could do pale turquoise gems. I could do purple gems, might work. For the weapons, I'm going to do this very pale blue glowy thing and keep it very cold. The two times before that I've done these, I've done purple, very dark purple for the glass on the canopies, and I've really liked that. So we'll see. I'll probably stick with some tried and true and then go out on a limb. So anyway, you got the Doom Volume 11 for Imperial Armor. Hello. And this has Eldar Corsairs list in it, but it has a lot of really cool ideas for color schemes. So if you have yet something else, let me know. So first off, by the way, this would be a pretty cool color scheme for Eldar. Is this white with all this very, very dark burnt brown colors in there, some greens worked in. So there's this. This is where I originally got the idea to do a purple cockpit, and you see how absolutely well that works. Let's see if we can focus in on that. Hold on, gotta adjust my camera. All right, so that's pretty cool, right? And that's really where I was going originally, but it has for the weapons, it has them as white, and I really haven't done that. So you also have a freehand. You can get like runes along the edge here. It's pretty exciting. And let's go on to the next page. Nope, a Laytok. So this is a color scheme you've probably seen about 1 billion times before. And I'm definitely not doing that. But Guy, how could that apply to this? You know, this is more of instead of white, it's a very dark color there. But still not a fan. I'm still going to stick with making the weapons more or less the same color, except where they're glowy, quote unquote. Let's keep going. Oh man, I love this art. This art is ridiculously awesome. And that is a great color scheme for Eldar. Look how subtle these hues are there. That is just really neat. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how that would translate on a model that was very small, because it's, you know, as a whole, like when it's very tiny, they can look really washed out, and little details like this filigree here do not show up. So that's why I'm not a fan of putting camo on very small models. So let's look at Corsairs here. Wow, I'm just all over the place. Okay, so that's infantry. I'm not so worried about my infantry. I kind of got it. Now look at the patterns on this. So that's where the question is for me, is should I, because I could just do straight chevrons here, or straight banding on these. Not always been a fan of that. Or I could do a pattern like this and just put some white on there and really sweep it across this more or less blank canvas. Now, if you're going to do that, you don't have to do a lot of jewels. Like if you look at this, not every jewel is jeweled out on this guy. They just have a little bit of highlighted orange. And that's the great thing about Eldars. You can use the jewels as a way to, you know, to give like an accent. Now look at this model right here. So this has a banding, but it's very subtle. It's along the side here. And Eldar runes. I've always been a fan of Eldar runes. I'm very good at drawing them. I also like this serpent symbol there, but I would actually flip that around. But I'm not. It seems like a lot of effort, and you know, doesn't make. I don't know. Just it doesn't seem to fit. And in fact, you don't want to, on a model like this. You don't want to make it too busy. You know, I'm trying to keep it simple and striking, and so I may very well just pick certain jewels and like really jewel them up like they're bright and glowing, and call that a day, because this I mean it highlights up very quickly, and I think the airbrush has come out very strong on these guys. Okay, so you have this Hornet here. What I love about this Hornet is that it has this very has this band right down the middle. It's pretty cool. By the way, this would be a great color scheme for an Eldar army. This is really absolutely fantastic. Okay, so here we go. This is so you could take this same pattern. Look at this. It's kind of like this big spiral. Or excuse me, there's a crescent here. I'm sorry, I thought it was a spiral like that, but it isn't. It's a crescent with like these little spikes on it. And that's a little reminiscent of Bieltan. And look at how sweeping that is. And so I guess on mine I could make a similar thing. I could just have this white like it was white along the back here and just swept along the front. But I got to tell you, that is a very risky proposition. So there's that. Let's continue. This is we've actually done this color scheme before on a very large Eldar army. I'm not over. It's very nice. Don't get me wrong, but I've never been really a fan of camo on Eldar. They rely on their holo fields for disguise, unlike human armies. So okay, let's see if there's any more color in here. Okay, rules. Nope. Got some pictures here. Now you notice on these guys, like they have white weapons with like these black bands, and I thought of doing that. Probably am not going to do that. Let's go ahead and pan back a little bit here so you can see what's going on. Yeah, these are just some schematics there. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Now I love this. Look at the and this art is so lush. What the heck? So, and love the scorpion. That is a great model. And this model is huge. It's like 12 inches. So anyway, love this pattern here. That is really cool. Like this little halved Eldar rune. You know, if you put the two halves together, it would make like the Dire Avenger rune or whatever. That's really, really, really neat. Okay, let's keep going here. See if there's any other ideas. Oh, look at that guy. That's awesome. Again, you see the white with banding on the back veins here. And I recently pitched to a client an Eldar army. The Eldar army to end all Eldar armies. And I won't tell you much about it, but it was actually a potential client approached me at Adepticon saying he wanted to do an Eldar army, and you know, had a good budget to reel out for that. And it actually triggered a memory of 2008, when I was like, you know what? If okay, this may sound macabre, but I was like, well, if I were to die, what would be, you know, and I had some time, what would be the ultimate army that I would do? And I started thinking about that, and I came up with a concept for it, and I've kind of shelved it because it'd be very, very, very difficult to execute. And so not going to tell you about that right now. I'm going to see if this person takes me up on it, because if he does, I got to tell you, I've been in this industry a long time, and I will have never seen anything like it. So, guy, this Phantom is so handsome. I love that. Figured, now that's interesting. On this one, it's got like very, very dark blue bands. That might actually work a little bit better. Very difficult to put that on there. I wonder if they used some kind of lathe for that. So, all right, guys. Well, that's what I'm doing with my Eldar. Today or tomorrow, I'm going to actually get down there and get the brush on a model and see how it goes. And I'm really looking forward to playing a game. John and I couldn't get together this morning, but we are going to get together and have our game as soon as we possibly can. And as usual, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that you got your inspiration for the day.